All right, quick road prayer. We're leaving the campground, heading to Spearfish Canyon, Deadwood. See what the day brings us. This should be a good ride. You want me to lead? You want to lead? That's the funny thing about taking trips like this. When you go long distance, you're not sure. You know, I lead in San Diego with the ride club and set up, events all the time. And this particular thing is a vacation. So, I don't know. You want me to lead? You want to lead? Kind of how it goes. So we're rolling through downtown Sturgis. Looks a lot different in the morning than it does at night. Keep in mind there are other routes that you can take to avoid downtown Sturgis in many cases, but I'm just not smart enough. We're heading toward Deadwood and Lead now on 14A highway. And one of the many reasons I love to ride out in South Dakota are the surrounding areas. No matter where you are, if you're camping, if you live here, you pull out of your driveway, you're on the ride. You're in the beautiful area. I mean, look at this. This is just one of many areas that you can see are just loaded with trees and mountains. Now in San Diego, being born and raised there, it is beautiful, but you have to get through a lot of city and oftentimes the freeway to get to where you're trying to see that beautiful place. That's what I love about this area. Deadwood, South Dakota, Main Street. And of course, the first thing we have to do is find a place to eat. It's what we do. I'm told the Eagle restaurant has good burgers. We're gonna try this out. You gotta see this here. So this is Saloon number 10, where Wild Bill Hickok was shot back in the day in the 1800s. We're gonna take a look. And just so you know, when you walk into the building here with me, you're only gonna get a couple of seconds of video. They told me you can no longer video inside Saloon number 10. That's changed since 2015, I'm not sure why. But you're gonna see a still picture here of a gentleman, and down the stairs are double doors. Yeah, right there, down below him. This is where the actual saloon was that Wild Bill was shot. Here it is, we're inside now. This is not the actual table, but this is the actual saloon. This wall behind the bar, the only piece of the structure that's still standing after the fire. Little jail cell they used to use, much like one that they would have put Jack McCall in after he shot Wild Bill. This gentleman's explaining everything, how it went down, how he shot Wild Bill. This is just what the table would have looked like. That is not the actual table where he was sitting. These are replicas of the favorite guns that he had, the ivory-handled guns. The left and right walls, again, are the actual walls of the structure when he was shot back in the day. Interesting stories, too, let me tell you. And then in a second here, you're going to see a small room. It's an actual brothel right off the saloon. You just walk through a curtain. That's where you get a prostitute, do your thing, come back out and play cards. Calamity Jane, super close to Wild Bill. They actually asked her the question, who do you think killed Wild Bill or paid Jack McCall to do it? And she said the ranchers. That's what most historians do believe is the truth. All right, we're heading out of Deadwood now. We're going to head through the rest of Spearfish Canyon to a really cool little waterfall. Back on the road in Spearfish Canyon, you literally go right through Deadwood and you're right back on the canyon road. It's so worth the stop. Along the canyon, as you can see, there are a lot of little businesses, bars, restaurants, knick-knack shops. So in 2015, we actually stopped right there and ate. Had a pretty good meal up there on the grass. We're just going to move on to Bridal Falls this year. Here we are at Bridal Falls, right up there on the mountain there. They're not huge, but they're really, really cool. Plus, it's a cool little stop here. After taking pictures and hanging out and meeting new friends, it was time to get back on the road. We're now on the 14 East, heading back into downtown Sturgis, then to camp. Note to self, when you're coming back from Spearfish Canyon on 14 East, do not take the first exit into Sturgis. Take the second one so you can bypass most of downtown. We made a left off the main drag there. We're on 79 North. Now we're within 7 miles of the campground again. And there's Full Throttle off in the distance there. They've got a concert venue outside. A little further down is the rebuild there from the fire in 2015. We're gonna go left here at the Drag Pipe Saloon, which is of course home for us for the next couple of days. Highly recommend that little bar right there. So cool. Cheap beer too. Cheap water, cheap beer. Little bumpy coming through. My pops stayed home today. Just wasn't feeling up to it, so they're hanging out. And we're back home. In the next video, I'm going to show you a friend of mine, Clint Hall's property, who lives out here and listens to me through iHeartRadio on 101.5 KGB. It's pretty cool. And then he's going to take us to Mount Moriah Cemetery, where Wild Bill Hickok, Calamity Jane, and some other notable Western figures are buried. From there, we're going to what would be my favorite place that we ate the entire time we were in Sturgis. It's a place called the Boar's Nest. That's next. Please subscribe to Motorcycle Monkey channel, share it with your friends, and click the bell icon in the upper right corner of your screen to get notified when new videos are posted. I'll see you on the next one, and ride safely.